If your children's laundry is a major pain point in your venture to simplify your home, I have some tips and tricks that have helped me after 4 little boys that I think would be very helpful to you. If you're new here, hello, my name is Ellie, and on this channel I love to talk about biblical motherhood, faith-filled homemaking, and intentional living. And right now we are really diving deep into simplifying our home so we can make room for what matters most, which is our faith and our family. I can imagine I am not the only mother who gets overwhelmed by the amount of laundry that happens in our house. I have 4 little boys, and especially in the spring and summer and fall, really, and winter, really all season long, we are going through clothes. It feels like a lot because our children go outside and play and then they get mud, so they want to change, or something gets wet, or in the spring you wake up and it's 30 degrees, so you dress for that, and then halfway through the day it is 80 and we're putting the splash pad in the backyard, so then we're changing again, and then it's bedtime, so we're putting on pajamas. The clothes, it never stops. It feels like clothes just get changed like all the time. And if we're constantly changing clothes, it means that we are constantly having to wash clothes. And for the longest time, I resented laundry. I felt like there was constantly laundry in the hamper. The kids were constantly changing their clothes, so that meant that there were also clothes all over the floor. The clothes were always dirty because our children were always changing them. And then on top of that, because the laundry was always feeling dirty, it meant they had nothing to wear. So laundry was such a pain point in our home, and I just got so exhausted by it. And then over the last maybe 2 years, we've changed the way that we did laundry, and it has really simplified our life. In the last few years, we have made a few unique changes to the way that we structure our children's wardrobe, as well as where we store them. And so I thought that I would share that with you today as I'm going through my children's spring, summer wardrobe and bring you along and kind of chat with you about those. So one of the first changes we made is probably one of the more unique shifts that we have made, and that is that we don't store our children's clothes in their bedroom anymore. We store them in our bedroom. The reason for that is that our children like to go through clothes a lot, and they would see it as an opportunity for dress up, essentially. And we have dress up clothes, but they would use their clothes for dress up if there was a character that they wanted to emulate that they didn't have a dress up outfit for. And that meant we were going through, I am not exaggerating, maybe 7 outfits in a day as they changed what games they were playing and changed their clothes. And then they'd just throw things in the hamper, and then if it touched something that was muddy, then clean clothes became dirty that were only worn for 15 minutes. So just to make it a little bit easier, because that's a hard rule for really littles to understand, and we just tried to reduce friction in our home. So to make that easier, behind me, you'll see we have these built-ins, and my husband has a very minimal wardrobe, incredibly minimal. So normally that top drawer has all of his clothes. There's like the 2 at the top, and then there's the second drawer, the second level, of the drawers, the long drawer. That normally has almost all of his clothes in it. It's flipped upside down right now because we're doing a puzzle, so we flip them upside down and do the puzzle on the upside down part of the drawer and put it on our bed while we're doing the puzzle. Anyway, you didn't ask about that. But these bottom 3 drawers, I have 1 per boy. So I have 4 kids, 4 boys. The youngest one, his clothes are still in his room because he's not changing his own clothes. But these bottom 3 are for my 3 oldest boys. And our bedroom is not a place where our kids are allowed to play. So if I see them coming in here, I know what they're doing. They're going to change their clothes, and I can stop them before that happens and see if there's a reason we need to be changing our clothes or not. Another thing that we do that some people look at me when I share this, like I have, I don't know, a third eye, but I have asked my children to please, if their clothes are not dirty, to wear them a second time. This helps with the wear and tear of your clothes. It's also just more eco-friendly, and it helps us to be able to have less clothes in our family if we're re-wearing them. Now, if it's stinky or if it's dirty or if it's grimy or gross for whatever reason, or if they're going to be wearing it for church, by all means, yes, we'll wash it. But there are some times where all we do is homeschool all day and we stay inside and the kids aren't getting super messy. Those days aren't often because for little boys. But when those days do happen, I ask them to please just put their clothes back in their drawer and rewear them a second time. And that has cut down on the amount of laundry we have to do, because if the clothes aren't like truly dirty, they wear them a second time. This third one is the one that I posted on Instagram and had many people say, what? But our children have one pair of pajamas. We have gone around with multiple different ways of doing this, but we have landed now in this season on one pair of pajamas. We might get a second pair just so that they have short sleeve and long sleeve. But right now they have short sleeve, they have shorts, and that's what they wear every night to go to bed. They have one pair of pajamas and they keep them in their drawer. When they change their clothes, they put their pajamas in their drawer, and then when they take their clothes out, or when they change for the night, they'll put their pajamas on. Then I will do, our kids have one bin of, their laundry hamper is in their bedroom. So when they do have dirty clothes, they put it in that hamper. When that hamper fills up, which is probably like once a week, then I will take that whole bin, dump it in the wash together. I don't separate anything. I'll put their pajamas in there too, so they have clean pajamas. Wash it, dry it, and then I don't fold clothes. I just throw them in their drawers because they're rifling through them. Every child has one drawer per kid. They're going to be pulling through, and there's not a lot of clothes there to begin with. So if you just put them in the drawer, sort it by youngest, middle, oldest. Okay, kids, go put your clothes away, and they stick it back in their drawer. So then how many clothes do we have? We have capsules for our kiddos. So right now is a hard season because we're coming out of fall, or it's not fall, we're coming out of winter. We're coming out of winter, we're coming into spring, and because of that, the weather is kind of like all over the place. So we tend to have, in the past, I've done 5 shirts that make sense for the season, 5 pants that make sense for the season, and then maybe 1 or 2 of pretty much normally, I guess, one shirt that's not on season, 1 pair of pants that's not on season, and then maybe 1 sweater, 1 sweatshirt, and then their pajamas and socks and underwear, of course. And like I said, I know that it sounds like there's only 5 and 5, or yeah, 5 shirts, 5 pants, and that might sound like, well, how is that enough to get you through a week? Typically it is, because I'm asking my children to rewear their clothes. And like I said, I feel like people hear that and they think that it's like really dirty, but the clothes aren't being reworn if they're disgusting. It's only if it makes sense for them to rewear them. So anyway, I thought I could go through with you and take a look at what we have in the capsule, show you what I'm keeping in their drawers for this season, kind of go through, maybe I'll just go through one of the kids, because I don't know that you really want to see every single one of my little boys' capsule wardrobes. They're admittedly not very exciting to look at, but I'll just bring you along, show you what we have, and then maybe that would be helpful. Here is my laundry basket of clothes for all my older 3 for this last week. I think I'm gonna bring you along with sorting out my oldest's capsule. Okay, so his swimsuit's in there, his socks and underwear are in there, which no one needs to see. And then he has his set of pajamas, which are these. So we have those. And then for his shirt with this spring season, we'll go through his shirts first. I think this one is his. Yes. This is one shirt. This is another shirt. I am showing it to you backwards because it has Yeah, this is his. It has our church's name on it. So I'm going to just show it backwards. So there's that one. He's obviously currently wearing one. Then he has this Smokey the Bear shirt. So I'm going to go into this room, which is around this corner is our craft room. And I have some of our overflow clothes in there. So I'm going to go take a look in there and see if I can find, I think he should have 2 more, but I don't know where they are. So I'm going to go look. I found, he loves Star Wars. So he has this little long sleeve shirt. Then this is a pair of jeans that he's had for quite a few years now. The holes in the knees are driving me batty. So I think I am going to chop them off for this summer, and then we will call them retired after that, because they've got, like, you can see through them. I don't know if you can see the light shining through them, but you can see the light shining through them. So we'll call these shorts, since that's what they're going to turn into. And then we have this little pair of shorts that he loves. And then this is like one of those sweaters, like a nice shirt, like a church outfit that I would put him in. Have that pair of pants there. Here is a pair of sweatpants for my oldest. He has this pair of overalls. So then he has this Star Wars shirt. So we have 2 pairs of shorts after I chop that one. We have 5 shirts. We have 3 pairs of pants, 1 sweater, and he's wearing his sweatshirt, I think, right now. So that is 1 child's set of clothes. I'm folding it right now for the sake of I'm here, so why not? But most of the time I would not fold their clothes. I would just put them straight into the drawer, because when they're looking for clothes, they get them all jumbled up anyway. Well, there you have it. That is our system for our children's laundry. I hope this video is helpful. I hope it helps you to simplify your life, to make room for what matters most to you. If you have not yet subscribed, hit that button, and I will see you in the next one.